Hello everybody, my name's Michelle, I'm Swiss. Finally doing a vlog. Never thought I'd do that, but apparently it's happening right now. First entry, never did this before, so bear with me. I'm probably gonna have a couple of mistakes or whatever. We're gonna try to get this going. So this vlog is going to be my personal experience in Japan, and I'm going to update this, let's try it weekly. Let's say for now I'm going to update this weekly, or do the best to do it, to update quickly, weekly. And I'm going to talk about my personal experience as a tourist in Japan. I'm staying here for 6 months, where I'll be studying Japanese for 3 months in Tokyo. And the other 3 months I'll be walking, that's right, you heard it well, walking, from Tokyo to Kagoshima. Kagoshima basically, which is the southest prefecture in Japan on the Kyushu island. The distance is about 1,500 to 1,800 kilometers, and I plan to do these in 3 months, so basically beginning of April till July. For now, I arrived in Japan 2 weeks ago, and I'm staying at a host family and going to a Japanese language school called Kudan Institute of Japanese Language and Culture. I hope I said that correctly. Anyways, you'll see the link in the description. This video is going to be about informations for people who also want to visit to Japan, not for people who want to move here, because when you move here you're in a complete different trip than I am, because you really need to adapt to Japanese etiquette, let's say. As a tourist, of course, you need to do that, but you never have to forget that you'll be leaving, so you just act in a way that is acceptable and that is correct towards the Japanese, but always know to yourself you're going to be back in your home country, and you're going to act completely different again. So first impression about Japan, or first impression about Tokyo, let's be more precise, is marvelous. Pretty much marvelous. It's an amazing city. It's a huge city. It's huge. I mean, I come from Switzerland. I come from a city called Zurich, if anybody heard that, which is not that big, 500,000 people living in it, probably 5 to 800,000, something like that. And the only time where Zurich has a lot of people, that would be 1 million to 3 million, is during the major city parties, Zurich Fest or Street Parade. And that's more or less where you will feel squished and, well, not alone for a certain amount of time. Tokyo in that aspect is very, very different. First, I mean, look it up on Google Earth. It's a huge city. I mean, you got 13 million people living here, millions of people taking the train every day, the metro to go to work, cars. You're never alone. There'll always be people around you, a lot of people around you, no matter if it's 2 in the morning or if it's 2 in the afternoon. So what is actually pretty astonishing is that even though there are shitloads of people, you do not feel your private sphere being violated at all. The perfect example is the transportation system. The transportation system, I'm laughing because the first time I saw it, that was just like crazy. I never felt that squished in my whole life. Like, you're in a train, you're in the metro during rush hour, 8 in the morning. I'm tall, I'm 180. So I'm more or less a head bigger than everybody else here. But even I felt a bit claustrophobic in that train, because you're really like this during 40 minutes, you're squished like this, and at every station you got a huge amount of people emptying the train and a huge amount of people entering the train again. So it's something that you gotta get used to when you arrive in Tokyo. And being a misanthropist or being claustrophobic is not going really to help you. But one thing, in Switzerland, if you take the trains, or the tram, or whatever transportation system. You're going to have people on the phone, people leading, people shouting, people telling their lives. And personally, I don't know how people will judge me if I say that. I hate that. I hate that because when I'm in a train, I like to have my calm, and I don't really care what awesome evening that the other guy had besides me and how loud he's going to have to tell it or shout it in the tram so that everybody hears what awesome experience he had. In Tokyo, that thing is completely different. You got a huge amount of people in the train, as mentioned before, but it's louder. It's louder on a graveyard. Seriously, nobody talks. Nobody talks. Everybody's on their phone. They're not phoning. Very important to never, ever pick up your phone in a transportation system in Japan. It's considered as super rude. They will look at you with a very, 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 very bad look. I didn't do it because I informed myself, of course, but I heard people doing it, and some other were even told to leave the train after doing that. So never pick up your phone, never talk on the phone in the transportation system. Second, the ticketing. So if you want to take a ticket to go somewhere, for sure you can do that if you really plan to only take the train one time. But if you live in Tokyo, that's not going to happen. You're going to take the metro every freaking day. So what you're going to do is you're going to do yourself a forfeit called Pasmo. The Pasmo card is a forfeit that you can do for a specific trajectory on the train. So if you're going every day from this station to that station, you can do a monthly forfeit for that. That will cost you, for me, it's a 40-50 minute train ride, which is considered as very, very short here in Tokyo. It costs me about 17,000 yen per month, which is about 170 bucks. It is rather highly priced, but considered how the infrastructure works here, or the train system works, it's definitely worth it, because your train, if it's going to arrive at 8:14 in the morning and you're there at 8:15, you missed your train. And that's going to be every day like that. The train is never late and is never early. It's exactly on time. Considering the fact that you have thousands and thousands and thousands of trains every day in Tokyo going in every possible direction, I found this rather incredible. Second experience was your interaction as a tourist, as white, as Indian, or whatever you are, as Afro-American, your interaction with Japanese. Japanese are very friendly with you. I say friendly, but it's actually more polite. They're very, very polite. If you ask for help, they will do anything possible to help you, because I think it's a bit of the honor thing, you know, like they want to make a good image of their country, and they really want to help you. They want to help you. No matter how big the language barrier is, they're going to try to communicate with you if you ask them a question, like if you want to go there or where you can find that. It has been really, really nice to ask stuff to Japanese with the 3 words Japanese I can. However, I have the feeling that there are a bit xenophobic. So 2 examples I had were, one was on the train again, where I came home from school at 2, 3, where the train ain't that full actually, it's okay. So I sat, the train was half empty, and as we traveled through the main stations, it got fuller. People started to stand. Though all the seats were taken, except on my right and on my left. I was like, damn, like, do I stink or what's wrong? But it's not that, because other white dudes or other foreigners that I met in school had the same thing, and I just think it's you're different here. That is a fact. You're absolutely different. You look different. You speak differently. You have really different habits, and it's a bit strong to say that people don't like different, but they keep their distance to different stuff or different people. Another example was also when you see people handing out flyers. they shout, "Ah, shimasen." Sorry, I'm just imitating, I'm not speaking Japanese. And hand out the flyer to whoever walks by. But if you're a white or foreigner, I'm sorry, I say white. If you're a foreigner, they're not gonna, no matter how much people they are, if you pass by the guy, he's not gonna give a flyer to you. You may even ask for a flyer, he's not gonna give you one. And it's also something that was observed for other classmates. And again, I think, is it xenophobic? Is it because you're a foreigner? I don't know. It's just, I just see it the way like this, that they don't think you're going to use the flyer anyway, so they're not going to give it to you. Probably it's kind of a bad example, but it was probably worth mentioning it. Now, another thing is the commitment to their job. My host family got sick lately. The mom got twice sick, the dad got once sick. And even though they have like 38 degrees fever, they're still going to work. The mother went with 38 degrees to work, and she threw up twice at work, and then she went to the hospital. Try to do that in another country, in Europe or in North America, you're going to be, oh, I got 37.2 degrees, I'm skipping work today. So they're really committed to their work, because work is everything here. And basically also, if you walk in a convenience store, they're going to shout, "Irashaimase," no matter where they are in the thing. They're going to see a customer arrive, they're going to shout, "Welcome to our shop." And when you pay, it's actually pretty fun, because they bow when you arrive, then you pay, you give them the money, they will bow and say thank you, and when you get your money back and the receipt and you leave, they will bow again. So it's very, very, very polite. If you're a Japanese, the Japanese customers just don't react. They just take the money and leave and don't say goodbye. But I just always had the impression that thank you very much, have a good day, like with the 3 words Japanese I could say. And in a way they find that very funny, because it's not something Japanese people do. So commitment to work is great. Very, very polite people, very helpful people, very, very friendly. I mean, another example was one time in the city, I just stopped walking because I was looking something on a map, and it didn't even take 10 seconds. There was already a Japanese guy asking me if I was lost, or if I was looking for something, and then I told him daijoubu, which means no, I'm good. I was just quick checking my mails. But they're very, very friendly people. So really, personal experience for these first 2 weeks are pretty awesome. Very, very friendly people, and I can only advise you to come over, because it is a complete different world here. I'll talk about different topics in the coming weeks, and also aboard some different discussion points. But for now, I think this is more or less what I have to say. It's also pretty late on a Sunday evening, and I think I'm going to go to bed. And well, yeah, if you have any questions or feedback about this video, because it's my first one, so feel free to comment. And you can follow my blog, which is on Tumblr. It's called discovernippon.tumblr.com. I'll put the link in the description. And again, it's about me taking nice pictures and telling about stuff I visited, basically. So if you're bored during the day or at work, you could check out. So have a good night, oyasumi nasai, and well, yeah, hope to see you on a different video. Take care.